What up YouTube, Nathan Heightz here. Thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel today where I share with you my experiences learning Spanish, studying foreign languages, information regarding tattoos, tattoo removal, and any other topic that is vaguely related to my life and my experiences. Well anyways, as the title suggests for this video today, we are going to be answering a question that many of you have asked me in a lot of my tattoo removal videos. Most of the time you guys don't ask very nicely, or some of the time you guys don't ask, you simply state. So today I kind of wanted to address it, and that question is, why do you have so many horrible, ugly tattoos? And today I'm going to give you guys an answer to that question. I'm not going to make any excuses. It just is what it is. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not upset about your guys' comments. I get it. It's not like I don't know and that I'm ignorant and I don't know what a good tattoo looks like. It really kind of is just, it's due to circumstances, right? So I got my first tattoo when I was 12 years old. And it was done by a ghetto machine. My uncle asked me if I wanted to get a tattoo. He had gotten a tattoo machine from Mexico. I'll reveal that story in a later video. And basically he's about my age. He's not like an older uncle. And he basically did a tattoo on himself, a visible tattoo on his forearm. And he asked me, or he kind of coaxed me into doing a tattoo on my finger. So I got a very little tattoo that's not even there anymore. Excuse the shake again. But it was right there, that little kind of different colored. Right there. And what it was at the time is my initials, right? I got my initials, I believe I was 12 years old. A little 12-year-old kid getting his initials on his fingers. So that was my first introduction to tattoos. My uncle did a name on himself, which actually came out pretty cool. It doesn't look half bad. Some of the letters are kind of spaced out, a little distant, but it was cool. So I said, hey, you know what? I want to do it too. I want to be cool like my uncle, right? Kind of, at the time, I kind of looked up to him. So that was my first tattoo. Now, around this time, one of my other uncles had gone to jail for a while. He was going to be in jail for a few years, and he was living with us at the time. And when he went to jail, when he went to prison, he left all of his stuff behind. Now this uncle was a legitimate tattoo artist. He worked at a lot of shops, some of the first shops in the area. He had been around for a while, and he was a pretty well-known tattoo artist. He had a good set of clients, and a lot of people liked his work. And when he left all of his property behind, all of his drawings, boxes and boxes of tattoo magazines, everything, even his tattoo machines, even though my mom hid them from me. But what happened is over the years we kind of explored some of his belongings, some of the boxes that were in our garage, and I came across his tattoo magazines, started reading them, and I was very intrigued. This was kind of the beginning of me wanting to learn more about tattoos and actually looking at tattoos and being like, I kind of like that, right? So later on, ninth grade, I was about 14 years old. This is when I really became exposed to tattooing. I hung out with a crew of people. I'm not going to say who they were, what they were about, but I hung out with a group of individuals, positive individuals, who just so happened to like to get tattooed, right? So they got a bunch of tattoos, and me as a 14-year-old kid, ninth grader, hanging out with the 12th graders, seeing them get tattooed, I got my first tattoo, or I would say my first big tattoo, right? I got this one on my chest, and at the time it was just an outline. It was well, we'll just say that it is the Minnesota Twins baseball team logo, right? So that's what I got on my chest, outlined in the garage by a ghetto tattoo machine. Had like 3 homies holding me down like this while the other one was tattooing me, and yeah, it was pretty intense. That day I had agreed to the tattoo. I had no idea how big it was actually going to be, but when I showed up, they're like, yeah, let's do this one. Yeah, how about we just put it right there, bam, and they just kind of did it. That's just how it went down. It's probably illegal. But yeah, things definitely wouldn't go down that way in today's, like, with me today, like who I am and how I've developed. But anyways, that's how it went down. I was very impressionable, heavily influenced, and I got that tattoo. So from there, one of my homies I was with, the one who did the ghetto tattoo, he was totally mesmerized by the process. He's like, I'm going to be a tattoo artist, this is it. So he started pursuing tattoo art. He started tattooing people around the neighborhood, and he moved back to Florida. That's where he was from. So he ended up moving back to Florida, and we kind of kept in touch a little bit, not really, but I heard about him through some of our other homies, and he got better. He started working in a shop, and this happened all so fast, and I was like, man, I can do that too. So for Christmas, I had talked to my mom. She asked me what I wanted, and my mom was really trying to get on my good side at the time because I hadn't talked to her for a few years. And she's like, what do you want for Christmas, right? So I knew I could get whatever I wanted. I asked her for tattoo machines. She was kind of hesitant, but she said, okay. So she bought her, it may have been 15 now, 14, 14-year-old, 15-year-old tattoo machines for Christmas, with the one rule that I don't tattoo myself. And of course, that's the first thing I did. I tattooed myself. I went crazy. I tattooed my thighs, started doing visible tattoos on myself. I thought I was good. Started tattooing a bunch of friends around the neighborhood, because once they saw me getting all these tattoos, they're like, okay, I want to get a tattoo too. And at the time, I had no idea what good artwork was. I had seen the artwork in the tattoo magazines, but to me that was like some unreachable level of tattooing. I didn't know that was like the standard. So I thought, yeah, mine's pretty good. It's good enough for me. So I just went crazy with it. A lot of people were complimenting my work, even though it was horrendous. It was horrible, and I do know now that it was horrible. But I practiced on myself extensively. And sometimes I had friends practicing on me too, because they wanted to be tattoo artists too. So we did a bunch of tattoos on ourselves. And really, before I even worked in a tattoo shop, my neck was already covered in tattoos, and I already had tattoos on my face. Like, really, looking back now, I'm like, I don't know what I was thinking. I really don't. I just was thinking, like, this is it. This is what I'm going to do. I didn't think about, like, what if I got tendonitis in my hands and I couldn't tattoo anymore. I just thought, this is my dream. And at the time, I was like, dreams are to be pursued, right? Dreams are what help this world unfold, the dreamers, right? So I was like, I'm a dreamer. This is what I'm going to do no matter what. I don't care if I'm broke. And that's that. So that's what I did. I didn't care if I was exiled from society, but before I even started working in a tattoo shop, I was already completely covered with tattoos. And what ended up happening is I actually ended up developing some skills. I ended up getting an apprenticeship at about the age of 18, 19 years old in a tattoo shop. And from there I became a tattoo artist at that shop. I left the shop, I started tattooing at another shop. And then I came back to that shop and I became a full-fledged tattoo artist. Began interacting with other artists in the shop, learning from them, and I actually learned how to tattoo realism. So I actually got pretty good, and I'm actually going to do a reaction video to my old work very, very soon. But yeah, with that, not making any excuses. A lot of my work are cover-ups of cover-ups. This is a cover-up of this is a rose cover-up of a rose. Over here I have a cover-up of a name that I had of an ex-girlfriend, and this flower tattoo, or not this flower, this heart tattoo was actually done by my homie that moved to Florida. Once he came back, like once he was already working in the shop, he came back and did this one, which honestly I don't think it's that good. It's not good, but it's a decent tattoo as far as like the lines are solid and straight and everything, but as far as creativity, shading, depth, etc., it's really not a good tattoo. But yeah, a lot of these are cover-ups of things that I did on myself, and then my homies did when they were a little better. They weren't quite ready to do the cover-ups yet. But yeah, that's that. A whole lot of practice, whole lot of letting homies practicing on me, and a whole lot of just not giving a damn. So with that, guys, thank you guys for tuning into my channel. I hope you are enjoying these videos. I know it's a little different. It's kind of like a story time style, but I hope you guys can still appreciate them. I have more videos coming out to you guys next week. Thank you guys once again, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, feel free to subscribe. I put out content weekly, both in Spanish and English. I put the Spanish content out on Fridays and the English content out on Mondays. Of course, the English content is always better because it is my native language. Next week I got another cool video coming for you guys. With that, nos vemos pronto, amigo. Gracias por ver este video. Los amo. And yeah, subscribe. Hit that like button, and let's go for that 100,000 subscriber mark. 100,000. I know we can do it, guys. But yeah, thank you guys. Have a good day. Peace.